Ain't no playing. It is 7 o'clock sharp. We're going to go ahead and get started. If everyone would please, let's stand for Pledge of Allegiance and stand for a word of prayer, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the countless blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day. We thank you, O Lord, for the opportunity to live in this great country and this great state. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to work to serve our beautiful and beloved Stewart County. We all want the best for our county, our citizens, and for the children of this county. Lord, help us all to be mindful of this. Lord, thank you for each and every one of these candidates who have taken time out of their lives to endeavor to participate in the selfless pursuit of public service in our beloved county. Lord, it takes willing citizens to step up, put themselves forth for these important offices. Be with each one of these candidates as they go forth and speak about their qualifications and desires for this position, O Lord. Lord, please be with all of those who, for whatever reasons, are unable to be with us tonight. We thank you for allowing us to live in a country where we get to decide through the process of public discussion and elections those who serve us. Lord, most of all, we thank you for your Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And Lord, you know that I have personally asked you for guidance on how to address the citizens here and those who are watching via electronic means. You touched my heart, as you always do, and reminded me of your golden rule, Matthew 7:12. Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Dear Lord, you know our needs before we ask. Dear Lord, forgive us before we fail you. In all things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Now, I was asked how we're going to go. I guess we'll see now how it's going to go. Guys, thanks everybody for coming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the list of candidates that came today from the Stewart County Election Commission. And these are the candidates that are qualified to run. And I did a check to make sure if anybody wants to run a write-in campaign, deadline's passed. So in the state of Tennessee now, you have to acknowledge that you want to be a write-in candidate, and that one's already come and gone. So here's our slate of candidates. For County Commission, District number 1, what I'd like for you to do, please, when I call your name this time around, just acknowledge that you're here, wave to the camera. I'm going to start over here, sir, in District 1, and then we'll go this way. And then I'll give everybody who's here, if you're so inclined, opportunity to introduce yourselves. County Commission, District number 1, Corey Atherton. Chris Ralston. Elijah Thomas. Brian Bone Bieber. County Commission District number 2. Justin Booth. Ricky D. Joyner. Randall D. Redmond. Drew Shepard. County Commission District number 3. Shane Cates. Brent Shelton. Eric Watkins. County Commission District number 4. I think right over there.
You went backwards on me.
Terry Fitzhugh. Vincent J. Gray. Now, County Commission District number 5. Archie L. Cryer. Melissa Fields. Howard L. Joe. County Commission District 6, Bradley Jones. Clint Mathis. James Jimmy Newman. Sidney Scarborough. And Trent W. Wooten. County Commission District number 7, Jan D. Black. Mark Allen George. Matthew H. McLean. Leo Rogers. Alexis Holly Taylor. For trustee, and this will be in the unopposed section, Laura Harrison Crane. General Sessions Judge, Andy Brigham. And a reminder, I'm going to come back around and let anyone who wants to introduce themselves or make a statement do it after I've said all of the candidates, please. Sheriff Frankie Gray. And Circuit Court Clerk Miranda Etherton. Ethan Gray. Mary Kay Templon. For County Court Clerk, Eva Michelle Criswell. Natalie Shelton Hardison. Andy Luton. Register of Deeds, Derek Earhart, another unopposed. Road Superintendent, Ronnie Sumner. Understand there is a call school board meeting. School board member District 1, Jonathan Crockle. School board member District 1, Darrell Gillum. School board member District 4, Gary W. Dacus III. School board member District 5, Lisa Fitzhugh. School board member District 7, Lana Sanders. We have a field representative. Sir, I forgot your name. If you'd want to introduce yourself when we get time, for Governor Bill Lee. Thank you for coming. And last but not least, I did save them for last, we have County Mayor Robert Boo Beecham. Understand he is at a school board meeting. And Robin Brandon. Now I'm going to go back around the same way that I did it. I'm going to give anybody the opportunity to come up here, or you can address the audience from where you are, however you want to do it, or you pass on it. It's up to you. Now, I want to tell you, if you do come up here and get on the microphone, if you grab it, there's no guarantees from me on what it's going to do, because I've already tried it. This works. If you speak up, stay away from the mic. If you grab it, you're on your own. Okay. We will start off with County Commission District 1, Corey Atherton.
Good evening. My name is Corey Atherton. I've been a resident of this community for lifelong, born and raised here. I currently work at the Stewart County Sheriff's Office. I've been employed through the Stewart County Sheriff's Office since 2009. In 2013, I was promoted, certified to go to the road as a road deputy, where I currently work now as a patrol deputy. I'm running for District 1 Commissioner for the reason of I've listened for years, talked to other people, and decided I've lived here all my life. I want to be someone that fights and talks and stands up for my community, instead of being in the background complaining about what's going on, try to do something about it and give a fresh look at the community and see if there is something I can offer my district and help with. Thank you.
Commission District 1, Chris Ralston.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Ralston. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Amanda, there in the crowd. I have 2 baby boys that are back home with the babysitter right now. I'm a 9-year veteran. My time at Fort Campbell brought me up here where I fell in love with my wife in this community. She's been a lifelong resident, but it didn't take long for me to fall in love with every bit of Stewart County. Since we've moved back, since I got out of the service and we made Stewart County our permanent residency, I've seen so many things as I drive through our roads that I just want fixed. And it's nothing big. It's just picking up trash. It's just a certain pride that I know when I first met my wife, you saw in this community. And now it just kind of seems few and far, and we seem so distant from each other. And I just want us to get back together to working as a team and in unity. There's so many things that I'd like to see done throughout the entire county, but it's not just my vision, it's everybody else's vision, and I look forward to hearing what everybody has to say here tonight. Thank you. Y'all have a good night. Well, not yet.
Commission District 1, Elijah Thomas.
Yeah, public speaker, but my name's Elijah Thomas. I was born and raised in Indian Mound. As a profession, I work as a project manager out of Nashville with one of the biggest civil development firms. I've got knowledge upon knowledge with civil development. I also am Sergeant of Reserve Operations with the Town of Dover Public Safety Office. I'm kind of just like these guys. I was born and raised in Indian Mound. I've seen what it's like and the change that we need down there. You know, it's sad that people have to take their kids and grandkids all the way to Dover to play at a park when we could have had that back home. The roads, you know, there's absolutely no reason why our roads need to look the way that they do. And you know, I understand we don't have a very big budget, but there's so many ways that we can make money. And you know, I just appreciate anybody's support that gives it to me. And if not, if you vote for any of these fine gentlemen sitting here or Mr. Tieber back home, you'll be in good hands. So, thank you.
County Commission District 1, Brian Bone Tieber. County Commission District 2, Justin Booth.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a 33-year resident. I moved here when I was 7 years old, back in '89. Not too far, came from Paris. All my school years, North Stewart, high school, all done here in Stewart County. Played sports. I love this county, everything about it. This county, I don't care where you go, I think we have some of the finest residents, and I would argue with anybody across the United States that I believe that. I truly, truly do. In our district, I'm the youngest one running. I just turned 40. I feel that, you know, my age group is the next generation in this community. It is the next generation to lead in this community. And if people my age don't stand up and get involved, what are we going to leave the community in 10, 15, 20 years? I'm already doing things with the county behind doors and everything. I am on the Parks and Rec committee, and I'm also on the Stewart County Industrial Board. I'm already fighting for District 2 on trying to bring things business-wise to help our area. There's a lot of money that could be made in District 2. There's a lot of people in District 2 that are going to Clarksville and spending money that could be used here in this county. I want to fight for that. We have some of the best in the county. I'm not going to say nobody, any other commissioners or any other districts. I think District 2 and District 1 in the amount are going to be your two fastest growing areas in the county. Clarksville's moving this way. Regardless if we like it or not, we can control it. We can control what we have here. We can bring another business here or two or something for our community, for our kids to have something to graduate and work at. And we can still have our small town life. Just because we bring something here does not mean we're going to be Clarksville or we're going to be Paris. I have a lot of respect for Drew and the other commissioners in my district already. I had a long talk with him before I decided to run this. And just like I said, I feel that I'm the next generation. I'm a business owner. I run the roads in District 2. I run the roads in all the county. I see what they need done, and I have a good working relationship with Mr. Sumner. I feel that I can bring a lot to the table to get things done myself also. And I would appreciate everybody's vote. Thank you.
County Commission District 2, Ricky D. Joyner. County Commission District 2, Randall D. Redmond. County Commission District 2, Drew Shepherd.
Y'all hear me okay? I'm not a loud person. I've been a commissioner in the past 4 years. I've enjoyed most of it. Part of it was hard. I know in the last couple of weeks, me and Robin's had some disputes, but I feel Robin's a good guy, and I hope he thinks I'm a good guy. We just had a few disagreements about things. It's nothing personal. Okay, we do have a pretty good working relationship. I just want to clear that up with everybody. We're not bitter enemies or anything. Okay. Yeah, I did talk to Justin before he decided to run. I told him to run. You know, he's a good guy. I think Randall's a good guy. So it's just the voter's choice who you want in there. I'm asking for your vote again. These past 4 years, I think Robin will tell you, when I've had a dispute about something, I try to be fair with people. You know, the dispute the other night was, I thought the raise should have been 2% across the board. Everybody got the same raise. The other commissioners didn't feel that way. That's where our dispute came from. I just thought 2% across the board would have been the fairest way to go. That's where the dispute came from. So there again, I'm asking for your vote again, but the other two candidates are well qualified, so it's y'all's choice. Thank you.
County Commission District 3, Shane Case. County Commission District 3, Brent Shelton. County Commission District 3, Eric L. Watkins. County Commission District 4, Terry Fitzhugh. County Commission District 4, Vincent Gray. County Commission District 5, Archie L. Cryer. County Commission District 5, Melissa Fields.
I don't talk very loud. I'm loud, I just don't talk very loud. Hi, my name is Melissa Fields. I am the incumbent commissioner for District 5. I'm like Drew, I've only been here for 4 years. I'm asking for re-election because I've enjoyed it. Again, like Drew said, it's been hard, but it's been a good experience. And I don't think that I have all of the answers. I consider myself kind of the people's commissioner. If somebody calls me from a different district and they're concerned about something that happens in their district, I try to help them through that. Being in the district that I am, I have half of the city and the rest of the county, so I've got a pretty wide variety of folks. But anything that gets brought up to me, I bring it up to the commission. And that's my job. That's what I was voted in to do, was to bring things in front of the commission that individuals bring to me. Commissioners are here to have a voice for the people, and that's what I'm here to do. So I'd appreciate your vote. I've been here since 2005. My husband and I own 3 businesses in this community. I'm on the board of 3 nonprofits. I run a nonprofit, so I'm invested in the community. We're gonna be here for the long haul, and like I said, I just appreciate all your vote. Thanks.
County Commission District 5, Howard L. Jobe. County Commission District number 6, Bradley Jones.
My name's Bradley Jones. I'm running District 6 Commissioner.
I feel like it's time for a different kind of way of running things. I want District 6 to prosper and have a vision for all my citizens in District 6. I want to have a town hall meeting for my district and have meetings to hear what their voice is. I would be a public servant, and this is what this office is. A public servant is to serve your people. And I believe that I will be a good leader and a good servant to my people in District 6. I've been here all my life. I grew up on Sandy Road. Went to local 572 plumbers and pipe fitters for the 5-year apprenticeship. And I've gotten into doing, when the work got slow, I went and transferred and started doing water. So now I work for Clarksville Gas and Water. But I appreciate everybody's time here and everybody that's here today, and just thank you for everything I've done.
County Commission District 6, Clint Mathis. County Commission District 6, James Jimmy Newman.
Too quick. Howdy. So I'm Jimmy Newman, and this is probably about as nerve-wracking for me as it was for all them. They just did a really great job at, coming across not smooth and steady. Anyhow, I've been real blessed. We came out here in '91 when I was a kid. My dad, he was an old Special Forces vet, and made this place home. We grew up in Indian Mound, and I've just been blessed with a phenomenal community. And then my parents, we grew up at the ballpark. I know Drew Shepard remembers. My dad was president down there, and my mom volunteered for everything and anything. I remember making us walk up and down Cup Creek and Commissary, just picking up trash on the side of the road. That was how we'd spend our summers. And they really pushed into us, you got to take care of this place. It's everybody's job. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's got to do it. And so, long story short, that's just how blessed I've been with everybody. And even now, if anybody's met my kids or my wife, I can't hear enough good things about them all. And they really all push me, to do the things that I should do, not necessarily what I want to do. And this is one of those things that kind of lines up with both what I want to do and what I should do. I just want to help out and do what I can do. And I figure, here I am. I'll give it my shot and see what I can bring together and do what's right for everybody. And if there's somebody else out there, then by all means. We've got an excellent group of people that are all volunteering their time right now to do this. I don't think you could go wrong either way, but I'm definitely shooting for it. So, thank y'all.
County Commission District 6, Sydney Scarborough.
All right, I'm not used to being on this side of the camera actually, so my name is Sydney Scarborough. I've lived here all my life. I've got 4 kids, and I am invested very deeply in this community. I do the YouTube channel so that all of you can stay involved. I work very hard for this community through the chamber, through various activities. I'm on the ethics committee, but we haven't met yet, thank God, because that's a good thing. But I don't have anything really prepared. It's just that I believe in tourism. I believe in getting revenue in for the county. Be the change you want to see is the motto that I live by, and I think I'm doing that. I hope that all of you feel that I'm doing that, and I really want to serve this community. I am a civil servant by heart and by nature, and I would really appreciate your vote to allow me to do that for you on a regular basis and in an official capacity.
County Commission District 6, Trent W. Wooten. County Commission District 7, Jan D. Black. County Commission District 7, Mark Allen Dorch. County Commission District 7, Matthew H. McLean.
Hello. This is the first time I've ever done this. Lived here my whole life. Have a little farm in Carlisle. Try to stay busy doing that all the time. After I graduated high school, I went to the United States Air Force. Thought that I never wanted to come back. Couldn't wait till I got back because this place is so good. Carried the mail in this county, as most of you know, in Indian Mound for 25 years. Know many of your grandparents, your parents, all from Indian Mound. I've driven every road in this county, I suspect, over the course of the years. I tell Ronnie Sumner, I appreciate you every day when I catch him filling potholes up, this whole crew. So if any of y'all see Ronnie Sumner, please, and the road crew, tell them thank you, because I think they do an excellent job. I'm running for District 7. I got some ideas that I'd like to see come to fruition in this county. I'd like to see some tourism, like with Sydney. We both agree tourism is need to be brought into this county. There's some areas out in the west side of the county that need help. I'd like to see some industrial parks in the District 2 and Indian Mound areas. I don't really look at my area as any more special than any other areas. We all have to be fair and biased as commission members, and unbiased as commission members to get things done. That's about all I got to say. Thank you very much.
County Commission, District 7, Leo Rogers.
Good evening. Good evening. I've only been here for 5 years. I come from South Florida, where it's super hot, and I found a campground up here and decided to buy it, and I love it here. I'm definitely making Stewart County my home. I definitely would like to see, I'm trying to promote tourism as it is, even, through the campground. And getting the word out there. I'd like to see more tourism in the area. We have the industrial park in Cumberland City. I'd like to see that grow. There's a lot of things that I see. I've been involved in public service my whole life. I started out as a volunteer fire department fireman when I was 16, and I'm still doing it today. I'm a volunteer with Stewart County Fire Rescue. I retired from the fire department down in South Florida. So I'm very familiar with the way the county politics, so to speak, how things go with that, and there are things that I'd like to see changed. I wanted to see them change down there, and I'd like to see them change here. So we'll see how that happens. So I would definitely appreciate your vote come August 4th. Thank you.
County Commission, District 7, Alexis Holly Taylor. And now we're going to get to what we call the courthouse offices. And I'm going down this list that I got today from the Stewart County Election Commission. Trustee Laura Harrison Crane. General Sessions Judge Andy Brigham. Sheriff Frankie Gray.
I'll try not to be too long, but I do have several things that I want to talk about because I think it's important. I am running unopposed, so I will be your sheriff for the next 4 years, good or bad. Let me say this, I like the direction that our sheriff's department is going. I think it's getting stronger, it's going the right direction. I like the way the county is going and the direction it's going. And I'll talk more about this in just a minute, but that's all due to the commissioners who supported us and to the mayor who's got the county going in the right direction. I'm very, very satisfied with that. Now, when I stood before you 4 years ago and I made promises, and I'm gonna go over some of those promises. I promised you one thing I was gonna do was attack our drug problem. Well, when I got elected, I knew we had a bad drug problem going in when I was running. And I promise you this, it was twice as bad as what I thought it was when I got in. I realized it was even a lot worse than I could imagine. So, but I promised you that we were gonna do something about that, about the drug problem. When I came in the first year, of course, I had the Kirby Wallace, and it was really November before I actually get started and get some things done. We had 61 drug arrests and about that many drug paraphernalia charges. I went out and I was able to purchase some equipment, some dogs, and get some training. Well, we went from there to the next year to about 160 something arrests. But once I got the dogs up and got everything training, the last 2 years we were over 300 arrests, 344 arrests, 300. So 600 and we were at 650 arrests for drug arrests in the last 2 years compared to 61 the first year that I came in. So I promised you we were going to attack that. We did. I also said we were going to work on solving crimes. And because when I came in, and I don't want to bore you with a bunch of stats, but when I came in, the solvability rate on our burglaries were like 16%. And that's not too far off the national average. The national average now for burglaries is like 14%. This year, our burglaries, our rate, thanks to the hard work of the detectives and everything, is 43%. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. I'm telling you, even for a place our size, it's unheard of. Solvability rates for stolen vehicles, about 16% nationwide. 66% of the vehicles that we get reported on stolen, we clear that case out in this county and make an arrest on. So we're doing that. We're doing it. And dropping the crime rate and everything all goes back to hammering these drug dealers and these drug offenders. I'm telling you, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. I promise you I'll get a more professional and well-trained deputies. We have. Thanks to the money that the commission, the mayor and them had given us, I've got training for my deputies. My deputies are trained in drug interdiction, every one of those, except a couple new ones I've last hired, search warrants, DUIs, we've got hostage negotiations, we've got investigation, I've got a multitude of others. You're getting one of the best trained sheriff's departments around, I promise you that. And I'm not saying it because I'm a sheriff, but your sheriff's department is going to be one of the best and is getting to be one of the best trained sheriff's departments around. I promise you that. I promised you we were going to do some work on rehabilitation programs for inmates. I promised you that. Well, we put back in and got the GED program going. I got the industrial readiness program up and going. We had inmates graduate from that. I've got life skill classes. Meet as soon as one gets done, Brother Dunn puts on another one. Teaches them life skills, resumes, how to get jobs. We have the Paws and Prisoners program where they work with the dogs. We got computer classes that are going on. I got the work release program, and I got litter pickups, and I got a bunch more programs, but I'm just throwing some of those out. So I promise you that, and I've kept my promise. We talked about making Sheriff's Department more community oriented. We've got prescription delivery for inmates. For senior citizens. If they can't make it, they can't get their prescriptions, if they call us, we'll deliver it. If the weather's bad, same thing. We got prescription pickup for elderly, and I say pickup, outdated. So many times I have elderly people call me where their spouse or someone has died and they're left with a big bunch of medication. They don't know what to do with it. They want to try to bring it to the sheriff's department. If they call us, we will come out there and get that. We'll come out there. We've got deputies who are going out and doing lunch programs and eating with the children. We've got the Eddie Eagle gun safety program. We're assisting the senior citizen that sometimes we're delivering certain groceries, and we do that. And there's a lot of other things, but they're being community oriented. And that's what I want. That's what a sheriff's department be. It's a lot more than arrest, and I want to be a part of this community. We also have we put on Safe Day for high school kids. We have the K-9s and deputies and visitors in the schools, talking to the classes. We've got attending career days, so we're out there. We're out there. It's just not arresting. And you can't get out of some of the problems we got by just arresting people. You've got to get the community involved, and you got to be community oriented. We cranked up the Crime Stoppers program. So Melissa Fields over there has helped. We worked together. We've got a Crime Stoppers program now where you can report a crime and anonymously, and that has helped us solve some of these crimes. So there's a lot of things that we are actually doing, and I'm actually proud of it. We talked about the drug program. and making these drug arrests. Let me tell you this, when I started in 2018, I had $6,000 in our drug program that you can use, but you have to use it to fight drugs. Okay? Today, or as of right now, this year, and I bought some dogs and I bought a bunch of equipment over the last 4 years, but we've been adding to it, we've been confiscating, we've been making drug dealers pay. But we have bought the vehicle I'm driving out there, we have bought 2 transport cars, and I have transport officers who goes all over the state picking up, bringing back prisoners, and they've got to have good vehicles, and their vehicles wore out when I came in. They never had a good, decent vehicle. They do now. I bought 2 of them. And I also bought us a Polaris Ranger ATV that we needed, sorely needed. I was having to borrow Clint Massey's every time we had to go out and something came up. All that was about $65,000. Even though we bought those things this year, right now I've got some vehicle sale, but I'm looking at over $86,000 in my drug fund right now that I can use to combat drugs, and I've got a lot more money that's going to be coming in there. So I'm making the drug dealers pay. Drug people are going to pay in this county. I had a lady call me the other day, and I'm sorry for taking this time, but I think it's important. And this is just one of thousands, hundreds of phone calls I get. A lady called me the other day, and she wanted her son was sentenced for 30 days, 15 weekends. I don't like it, but they allow them to serve weekend, okay? And she was from another county away, and she said, I want to know, it's hard for me and my family to get the son here. I want to see if you will allow him to serve his time in our county. And I can do that. And I said, what's his charge? And she said, well, I'm not sure. And I said, is it drug charges? And she said, yes, I think it is. And I said, no way, ma'am. And she said, well, I thought you would have a heart. And I said, ma'am, I've got a heart, but I'm cold-hearted when it comes to fighting these drugs. I said, no, if you get caught with drugs in Stewart County, you're going to serve your time in Stewart County. It's the bottom line. I mean, that's just the bottom line. My goal is, well, these kids right here will never be exposed to this. And they don't have to be worried about being exposed to these drugs. I can't control what goes on outside this county, but I can try to control what's going on in this county. But I don't want these kids, I don't want my grandkids, I don't want kids being exposed to these drugs. And they're going to get exposed, but I want them to at least have the opportunity where they're old enough to make good, decent decisions. We've eliminated open air markets. I've shut down some drug houses, several of them, and I've still got a bunch more to go. We're working on it. So I want you to know that I made these promises, and I'm keeping them, I promise you. And let me tell you this, the success of this sheriff's department, I promise you, when I got elected, people said I wanted it for a retirement position. I hope that people can see that I have not sat back with my feet on my desk, okay? But I promise you this, the direction the sheriff's department is going in, the way we've been able to accomplish things, goes to those commissioners that we've had, and I know we're going to get in some new ones, and that's going to be great, but the commissioners that we've got on this commission, 13 commissioners have supported me. 13 commissioners have supported me, and the mayor, and they've given me the tools to make Stewart County a safer place, and I know that it's safer. I know it's safer than it was 4 years ago. I'm absolutely no doubt about it. My crime stats and everything shows that. But I want you to know that I have some agendas that's still going on, some things we need to go. In the next 4 years, I'm going to be working on some things. Sadly to say, I've got to work on more deputies. I'll talk with the mayor about it. I've got to work with getting a pay raise for some correction officers and deputies, because I'm going to have some pay raises because I've got to keep these people. We also need an animal shelter. I'm working on that. I've talked with the mayor. We've run across ideas, and that's not dead in the water. We're working on it. And if there's anything way I can get that done within the next 4 years to help get it done, we're going to do that. We also need a, what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. A transition house, not a halfway house, but we need to work on a transition house for inmates. Right now, our transition is when they get to serve their time, we kick them out of the jail. They walk down to the High Road Market or the Sudden Stop Market down there, and they get with Danny Peppers, wherever Danny is, and ask to borrow his cell phone. That's our transition program. I'm serious, that's what it is. Or Danny, or one of my deputies or somebody will give them enough money to get a meal till they can try to find a ride out of this town, or can somebody come and pick them up. And that's our transition. But we've got to do better than that. And that's gonna take some funding, but I promise you, I've worked with Melissa Fields, we talked about it, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work that. So there's a lot of things going, and I promise you, I could not have done it without the support I've had from these commissioners and the mayor. And it's Stewart County Sheriff. Stewart County is going strong, and the Sheriff's Department is going strong. And if you have any questions after this is over, please feel free to ask me, because I'll answer them. I don't care if I can answer about the shooting, I can answer about LBL, I'll answer about the radios we had, I'll answer about anything else that you know. I won't get on social media and debate it and answer these questions, but I promise you I will answer them if you've got any questions, because I want you to know that I have nothing absolutely positively whatsoever to hide. So, thank you.
Circuit Court Clerk, Randy Etherton.
Hello everyone, my name is Miranda Etherton. I am running for Circuit Court Clerk. My family and I have been residents for the Stewart County for the last 33 years. I am a Stewart County High School graduate, class of 2003. I have 2 children, Jeremiah and Ethan, and I'm married to Corey Etherton. I'm a volunteer for the Cats Rescue Organization as well. I began my career in Stewart County in 2004 as a correctional officer. I began work there and I worked through the ranks. I worked there for 14 years. I assisted with training, budgets, and I worked with administration. But my primary job was a court liaison. In 2018, I transferred to the courts. My primary job title is a circuit court deputy clerk. But I also assist the General Sessions Office with civil and criminal court, as well as circuit civil. The reason why I'm seeking to be your next circuit court clerk is I bring great understanding of how the court system operates. If elected, I plan to continue to build upon the knowledge and skills that I have in the office, along with looking at implementing new resources for the office. Some of my plans are to continue the jury duty website, add a website for people to access these for public, the lawyers, background researchers, bondsmen, and other out-of-county court personnel. But I will maintain an open door policy. It's been brought up to me about kiosk systems. Some of the offices are looking at it. I have had personal duties with kiosks whenever I worked at the sheriff's office, so those can be great tools. Adding a text messaging system for those that to be notified of upcoming court dates, and also apply for grants to the administrative offices of the courts. Thank you.
Circuit Court Clerk Ethan Gray.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ethan Gray, and I'm running for Stewart County Circuit Court Clerk. Out on the campaign trail, going door to door, I had a gentleman tell me that I needed to clear up some confusion. I'm running for the office that is currently held by Jason Wallace. Before I begin, I would like to thank everyone who's in attendance tonight. I think it's very important that you vet your candidates and listen to the things that they have to say. Concern for local government is very important, especially in the country and the state that we are in today. I'd also like to thank those who are responsible for getting this event together. I think this is an excellent opportunity for the public to hear what the candidates have to say. This evening, I intend to speak about my background, my qualifications, and my plans if I'm elected. I'm hoping that my message will answer most questions that any of you may have, but if not, I will gladly answer them after this meeting is over. To begin, I'm a lifelong resident of Stewart County. I'm a graduate of Stewart County High School, and I attend Rose Valley Church in Indian Mound, where I've been a member for many, many years. I believe I'm well equipped to be your next circuit court clerk for many reasons. For one, the majority of my working career has been spent in public service, and more importantly, public service to this county. I've served with the Stewart County Sheriff's Office doing courthouse security, and I currently serve with the Stewart County Register of Deeds Office. I'm also a graduate of Austin Peay State University, where I graduated with a degree in public management. I feel confident that much of the required coursework has prepared me to thrive in this role. Some of the coursework covers topics such as public sector management, public personnel administration, public policy analysis, public budgeting and finance, accounting principles, and organizational leadership. I believe that this acquired knowledge and my dedication to serving this county make me an excellent fit for this position. Now that you know about my background and my qualifications for this position, I'd like to speak about my plans for the office. My top priority is to learn the ins and outs of this position and do so quite quickly. Fortunately, the County Technical Assistance Services, better known as CTAS, provides adequate training that will allow me to not only do the job well, but also allow me to abide by all laws and regulations. I also plan on utilizing the new website that the office has recently created and making additions to make it better. I plan to make this website a resource for all things related to the office. One big thing I hope to add to the website is a frequently asked questions section. I want to add this because I've noticed that a lot of folks who enter the courthouse are unsure what to do or where to go and what's expected of them. I believe that this will help with jury duty related questions as well as general questions that can be answered even when the office is closed. Another thing I hope to do is to provide a tentative calendar to the public. I want to do this so people will know well ahead what times or what days the office will be closing and observing for certain holidays. I believe this will allow people to plan ahead before they conduct business. Additionally, I plan to help contribute to the office by writing grants in efforts to improve the office without having to ask our commissioners for additional funding. One resource I intend to check frequently is the Tennessee Department of General Services website. Lastly, I would like to make investments into this county and its workforce. I hope to do this by instituting a job shadowing program. And I hope to do this for those who have interest in working in our local government, and I'm hoping this will allow us to mold our future leaders and prepare them for roles in public service in the future. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight, and good luck to everyone, and I appreciate your vote in this upcoming election. Thank you.
Circuit Court Clerk Mary K. Templon.
Well, hello everyone. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'm getting over strep, so I just got my voice back yesterday. My name is Mary K. Templon. I've lived here since 1998. I married my husband Mark in 2001. Began work at the Stewart County Sheriff's Office in 2001. Position came open when Debbie Smothers went down to the Chancery Court office. So I applied. I interviewed and was given the position. Began my job doing general sessions, juvenile court, civil court. Also worked on the foster care review board. Enjoyed that. Well, then a position came open with circuit court. Moved up there. Loved my job. Worked with many other counties, worked with many other offices of the administrative courts, also multiple counties statewide, and also Kentucky and other states. Very familiar with the ins and outs of the court. I've known Miranda for quite a while. I've known Ethan quite a while, known his family for a long time, and think the world of them. Just have a lot of knowledge that I can offer this county. I believe I can get along with everyone, have gotten along with everyone, and would greatly appreciate any and all support, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you so much.
County Court Clerk Eva Michelle Criswell.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I go by Michelle. It was a hard decision to decide to run for office here since we've only lived here 2 years. But once I talked to Sydney, she encouraged me, and so I submitted my petition. I went around in one day and got all the signatures, and it was really cool meeting so many people that live here. Being new to the community, I was very nervous going out. Kind of had a panic attack earlier today, knowing I would have to get up and speak. I'm really not good at speaking in front of people.
I think anybody is. No.
So I apologize. I'm being honest. I have 20 years with the federal government, with the Department of Justice, and I've traveled around the world working domestically and at consulates and embassies. I have, in Istanbul, Turkey, I opened the first office there for the FBI. And from ordering equipment to installing it and getting everything up and running so we could do our work over there. And that was when I retired. That was my last thing I did. I have extensive background in office administration and office management. And I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. I have a bachelor's in business and a master's in management. And I do have handouts for everyone who would like one. I did do a speech on YouTube. It's on Sydney's YouTube channel, and you can look at that too. And if you have any questions for me tonight, I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you.
County Court Clerk Natalie Shelton Hardison. County Court Clerk Andy Luton. Register of Deeds Derek W. Earhart. Road Superintendent Ronnie Sumner.
My name is Ronnie Sumner, running for the Highway Department. Been out there 27 years. My politics, just look at what we've done in the last 4 years. I worked good with all the commissioners, the mayor, everybody. Worked good with the light company, and everything has went really good. It's just not me, I got a really good crew. I hope to keep working good with the commissioners. Money, you know, Highway Department, money, money, money. I need some money. We have done a lot of changing in 4 years, a lot. We put in over 300 pipes, culverts under the roads, over 300. And you ride around and ask the bus drivers. The gravel roads are probably better than they have ever been. And my politics is simple, and I've stuck to it. I'm starting with the worst, most dangerous road in the county and working my way up. You kind of can't argue that. And I have stuck to that. I've been pulled, but I ain't let them pull me off the path yet, and I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to that, and that's in all districts. And I don't care who lives on the road or what district. If it's the worst road, that's what we're working on. But thank you for the last 4 years, and I hope I can do that much more this 4 years. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
School Board, District 1, Jonathan Crockrell.
Actually just came from the school board meeting. They discussed a lot of small things, but school safety was one of them. My name is Jonathan Crockrell. I've lived in Indian Mound for 32 years now, Indian Mound native. If anybody knows me or follows me on Facebook, my kids are my life. One of the biggest blessings I've been able to be is a dad to 3 wonderful kids. And this year I didn't take it lightly. I wanted to invest in the schools because they're my future. All the students in the county are our future, and I wanted to invest in them. So I decided to run for School Board District 1 on the premise of accountability for all. We have some of the finest educators in the world, I believe. All of my kids have had fine, tremendous teachers that go above and beyond what they're called to do and what they're even paid for. Staying over to help them, coming in early in the morning, It's amazing what our teachers do, and that goes for everybody. It's a family at the school system, from the lunch ladies all the way up to the principals to the janitors. We have some of the finest employees in the world, I believe. I want to be a voice for them. I want to be a voice for some of the people that feel like the school system doesn't hold people accountable, or there's lack of transparency. I'm running for those people. I'm running as a voice for all parents in our district as well as the county. Even though I represent District 1, I'll be a voice for everybody that comes and asks me a question. That's my slogan, it's accountability all. I want to hold our teachers accountable, our administration accountable, but also I'm going to ask to hold our students and our parents accountable, because that's where it's not just the teacher's job to teach them. It's not just the lunch lady's jobs to feed them. It's not just the school's responsibility to care and nurture and educate them. It solely relies on the parents. So I'll ask the parents to be accountable. I'm going to ask the students to give 110% and then some. So that's what I'm running for. School safety is a big thing. I've talked with our Dover Chief of Police. I know Frankie's employees. We have some of the top-notch law enforcement officials also. So school safety is a big topic, but that's something that we can get into if you have any questions about that. I've made a video on Facebook about that, where I stand on that. But if you have any questions for me, feel free to come find me or give me a phone call. My number is on my Facebook page as well. So thank you.
School Board, District 1, Darrell Gillum. School Board, District 4, Gary W. Dacus III. School Board Member, District 5, Lisa Fitzhugh. School Board Member 7, Lana Sanders. County Mayor, Robert Boo Beecham. County Mayor, Robin Brandon.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Thank you for taking the time out to be here tonight. Thank you for all these hopefuls and all these incumbents. Thank you for taking the time out to come tonight, and thank you for stepping up to want to lead and represent your county. Thank you all. Over the last 4 years, together, we've accomplished many great things for Stewart County. We've opened new doors and we've revisited old ones. But the past is not what I'm excited about. I'm excited about our next 4 years for Stewart County. With your help, we're going to finish what we started. And we've got a lot of irons in the fire. We're going to wrap up our build out in the basement below us. We're going to upgrade our permit with the TVA at Gray's Crossing. And we're going to work with our Athletic Association and our Parks and Recreation Committee at the soccer and football fields. Just as we properly distributed over $1 million of federal ARPA funds in premium pay to our county employees, we're going to oversee the proper spending of ARPA money to our nonprofits as it is required. And this will help our animal control, our historical society, our veterans, our Boy Scouts, our Cub Scouts, our Girl Scouts, and many others, even more than we've already helped by upgrading their heating and cooling facilities. We take care of our own in Stewart County. If you return me to this office, I can promise you 4 more years of that. Keep Mayor Brandon, keep Stewart County strong. May God bless you all, and may God bless Stewart County. Thank you.
I want to thank and acknowledge Governor Bill Lee for sending Field Representative Samuel Douglas, and he's going to be available after we finish up. If anybody needs some information, you can go back and speak with him. Thank you, sir. Tell the governor we said thank you. Now, we'll open up for some questions, and If you want to address a question to a specific candidate, please do that, speak up, or you can make a general question, and candidate, if anybody wants to answer, raise your hand and we'll run it like a classroom. And I'm a teacher, and you've got a lot of heroes in this county. You've got firefighters, you've got law enforcement officers, you've got first responders, you've got taxpayers who work hard. You've got teachers who don't get enough credit for what they do. Now, any questions, please? Yes.
Can I come up there?
You may. You're certainly.
My name is Rebecca Van Zant. I don't know if you can hear me, I'm short here. My husband's Dwayne. He's at work tonight at TVA, so he couldn't be here. But I'd like to say, I gotta tell a little bit of history first before I can put this out there. 3 years ago, we came to the commission with a problem we're having. It took a lot of courage to do that. We've lived 12 years in misery in this county. I lived here 44 years of my life. My grandfather retired from the coal mines and moved here, and then we came a year later. It's always been a good county, but I despise it now, absolutely despise it, because we live in misery every day. Somebody bought the property next to us, and he don't live there, but he has junk vehicles and junk piled up everywhere. And we come to the county 3 years ago for help, and we got laughed at, ridiculed, made fun of, lied on, and we started a petition. And we had over 200 and something signatures on that petition, trying to get something done. You know, put it out there to be voted on. But then I got sick, I got lupus. So we had to stop for a while. But we've started the petition back up, not for the county, but statewide. And we now have over 8,000 signatures on our statewide petition. So since the county wouldn't help us, we're forced to try to take another avenue. And that's why we started our statewide petition. But something needs to be done about these kind of properties in this county. People shouldn't be having to live in misery because of this.
Ma'am, would you address it as a question,
Yeah.
please?
I'd like to know some of these other commissioners, their feeling on this, about doing something about properties like this in the county. These certain commissioners that lied said that we were going around pushing codes and zoning, which is a lie. You don't have to have codes and zoning to have a resolution. You can have a resolution in the county with no codes and zoning. I called every mayor in the state of Tennessee. I talked to all of them to see what they were doing. And they have there's a resolution right now that the state provides called Tennessee Code 5-1-115. It just has to be voted on and enacted. It can be, stuff can be omitted from it, added to it, whatever that the commission would decide on. So I'd like to know some people's feelings about, you know, doing something about these kind of properties in the county, because people shouldn't have to be living next to that kind of thing. Some people's solution, put a fence up. Well, put a fence up don't do no good when people won't be decent human beings. This person pushes the stuff. I got a truck, old junk truck, just a foot off my line right now because of it. You can't make people be decent human beings. When you have to have some rules and regulations, because this county is growing. We're growing. When I graduated high school, there was only, 8,000-9,000 people in this county. We're up to 13,000-14,000 people in this county now. I want to know how some of these other commissioners, God love Melissa Fields, she was our commissioner. and she
And so
brought it
to
up.
paraphrase, you would like to address this issue to one of the elected officials.
Yeah, well, any of them that have any feelings on it, how they
Okay.
feel about
Any
it. Doing
commissioner?
something, you don't have to have codes and zoning to do something.
We're gonna move this on and allow anybody to speak to this issue that would like to, so that we can get to the other questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, thank you for your,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just asking.
we've got a question on the floor. I'd like to ask any of the elected officials or candidates if you'd like to
Even
speak to
some
this.
counties don't even have a resolution. Some of them just have a committee. We brought that idea
We've got
up.
your question, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Anybody like to speak to this issue?
Well, I'll tell you, don't touch the mic. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. I can say I've lived here since '91, and I've seen what you're talking about. You know, I can understand that, and I've also lived in places where I've had to deal with that. There's a real tricky one there, because on one hand you're talking about, you know, what your domain there and how you want to see it, and on the other hand you're talking about restricting somebody else's. And in Stewart County, the reason it's so tricky is one reason that people love it here is we have a lot of freedom. I'm also a real estate agent, and I see a lot of people move here, and that's one of the top things, you know, that people say, we love Tennessee, you know, taxes aside, just there's so many freedoms, you know, that we have, and we're not restricted like a lot of places. So I think the short answer is there's no easy solution there, sadly, because where do you draw the line at that point? You know, where is it 7 vehicles? Is it the grass is?
How about 23?
Well, I'm just saying that's something that's going to require a lot more than just, you know, what I'm capable of, or I'm sure any one person, you know, is capable of just saying, hey, here's the answer and that's what we're going to go. Otherwise, it's going to be immediately overturned, because you're going to have 90% of the county that's going to say, hey, we're not okay with these limitations on what we can and can't do on our own property. And that's what makes this such a touchy issue, and I'm sure that's why the previous administration or commissioners gave you the answers like they did, that it just wasn't something that was going to be able to be attacked, you know, right then and there. And I don't see that being a short victory for you, if ever. I do know I've heard a lot of things around about certain codes or about trying to find a way to come up with a solution for that, but I can tell you it's not here right now. So.
I would like to address this. I've known Becky for years. She used to ride the bus when she was about this tall. She came to my house with this problem, 3 years ago, something like that. And it's like I told her then, I feel for the problem, but really there's nothing that we can do. And even after you came, there's a guy I work with. Ronnie knows him, knows the situation. He's got a guy that owns like a 90 by 90 square right in front of him. Got junk everywhere, dogs in his house, it's nasty. His house is right behind him, nice and neat, he takes care of it. These people don't. But there is nothing we can do without codes. Now, my personal opinion, codes could be beneficial in some situations.
We don't have to have codes.
Let me speak, I gave you time. Codes would be beneficial in certain situations like yours. But when you go to the people and ask them how they feel about it, the big majority of the county wants nothing to do with codes. And as much as I would like to help you, until there is something in law, there's nothing that the commission or the mayor can do for you. There are no codes, so there's nothing that we can do to the person living beside you. I wish there was. I wish there was something I could do for my friend that I work with. But, you know, it's like we told you then, until we have codes in this county, basically there's nothing we can do. And the majority of the people in the county are strictly against codes. So until that opinion changes with the majority of the people, I can't vote for it. You know, I had the people of District 2 elect me, and if 80% of them or 90% of them do not want codes, I have to go with them. I feel for you in your situation. I feel for my friend, but like I say, there's just, at this time, nothing we can do. I'm sorry.
Any other questions?
Hi y'all, this is just everybody, is that I heard some talk about the codes and some talk about some zoning, talk about some things that we don't have any. I'd like to know what y'all's feelings are on not having any, or having some, or having a bunch. There's a lot of different ways to skin that cat, and I mean, I'd like to hear what some of y'all have to say about that. Anybody want to talk about it?
Thank you for this question. As everyone has said so far, this is a very touchy subject. Planning and zoning codes, when you talk about that in Stewart County, the first thing that people think of is, you're going to tell me where I can build my barn, or you're going to tell me where I can build my garage, or you're going to tell me where I can put my chicken coop. Well, that's part of it. But what affects Stewart County right now is the industrial and the commercial growth that's trying to come this way. And when these big developers come in, they don't care about little landowners. So we need to consider protecting our property owners against some of these big factories that want to come in. We have to think about that. If a Chinese battery factory wants to come to Stewart County and all of their waste is going into our earth or our streams, that's going to be a problem with it for us for a long time. We have no protection. So think about going forward how we can protect the property owners in Stewart County. That's my biggest concern. Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I just thought of it because you was talking about the waste. We, like when you was running for mayor, we talked to all the candidates and everybody was running about water and sewer. And the reason I thought about that is because like her well water being contaminated, I have well water, most everybody in Stewart County has well water. We need water and sewer in this county. Number one, you're not gonna get industry or, you know, like the Flying J up the highway here, they've got to have water and sewer. Well, we have well water that's full of chert, and I'm sure it's full of contaminants and everything else. So with stuff coming in, what's the plan for that? I mean, are we gonna be in one of those big lawsuits like years ago where everybody's water's contaminated and everybody's got cancer? I just, you know, does anybody have a thought on that? Anybody thought about it at all? Thank you.
I worry about my well water all the
Any
time.
candidates wish to address this, please?
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Adam, you talked about infrastructure expansion. Is that what you're talking about? So just briefly, just to remind everyone, only the utility districts can hold the debt for expansion in their jurisdiction. As such, they prioritize where their growth will be. The North Stewart Utility District has asked for water purification upgrades at their water purification plant. The West Stewart Utility District has asked for improvements in water delivery, storage, and new source points. We must honor their requests. Their individual boards have come to these decisions, and we must trust their judgments. So going forward with infrastructure improvements, that's on the shoulders of our utility districts, and we have to abide by what the direction that they want to go in. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Didn't nobody but the mayor have anything to say about codes and no?
I'd just like to say, you don't have to have it, you can have a resolution without it.
I'm with you.
If you've got a question for some of the candidates, please address them to a specific candidate or generally, or if we're gonna
continue with questions, let's have some. And if you want to discuss your issues, and I'm glad that you brought them forward, we're gonna go ahead, and if there are no more questions, I'm sure that, yes.
I have a question for the young lady running for county clerk.
Yes.
Right now, Monday through Friday, we're closed that 1 hour.
Yes.
Are we trying to look at keeping that open that 1 hour and maybe open it on Saturday some for the
Yes.
people who do work?
Yes, that's
To be
my
able
plan.
to, you know,
Yeah.
get it, because we have a lot of people, even seniors, that can only catch the van line in certain times of the day to get those, you know, their license or whatever.
Right.
So are we gonna try to address that and try to correct that somewhat?
Yes, I'm gonna take two approaches. Staggered lunches, Monday through Friday. There's no reason to close at lunchtime. And I've already talked to certain individuals that can be done.
Thank you.
And open one Saturday a month, towards the end of the month, at least for 4 hours on that Saturday, for people to do business on the weekends.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Leo stood up, do you have something to say about it?
I was gonna address that a little bit. I come from, South Florida,
Fort Myers.
which,
Fort Myers.
well, Collier County, actually, that's Fort Myers, Lee County.
Yeah.
I was in Collier County most of my life, and, they're run rampant with code enforcement and, permit, building permit. You even have to pull a permit to exchange a water heater in your house. You know, I just feel that they went way overboard. And, there are things that I see here, that probably could use some code enforcement. But as far as how to put that all together, how we would, do something, because we, you know, as far as the industrial goes that, Mayor was talking about, there are things that we could try to do, or there are things that they will try to do that would hurt the rest of us. So I can see the need where we may need something, but how do you apply it to just the industrial?
I didn't understand.
And that's what we have to work out, and, I'm willing to do research and do whatever we can to try to figure something out. Cause I do not wanna see Stewart County to turn out like Naples, Florida, you know, cause that's just, a little ridiculous. But there is, funding that could be made by having code enforcement and having, building and zoning and all that good stuff, that could bring monies into the county. But then again, just how far do we wanna go? And that's what we need to be careful of.
Thanks for answering the question.
Of course, I'm Rebecca's commissioner, so she did contact me, and I know she contacted other commissioners about her situation. And when that happened, you know, of course, we spoke about it. She brought pictures of the property next to her, and I brought it in front of the commission. And, most of the commissioners came and told me that I was crazy for bringing that up. Most of them, and we had several people send me messages, called my husband, sent him messages, you know, we don't want codes and zoning. Like the mayor said, you know, and Leo, there are some things that could be really good when but you can't, if you call it a code or a zone, people they're just not gonna go for it. And it comes to it comes to educating the people in the community to what we're really trying to do with a code and a zone, ordinances, anything like that, but and it comes down to the point, especially with commissioners, if you continue to educate the community, and it's gonna be, if it ever happens, it's gonna be years and years and years before we get codes and zoning. But as long as you educate the community in what you're trying to do and not go overboard, and there be some kind of line drawn, but again, like Leo said, it's kind of like, just trying to figure out where the line is. And, we can, somebody had asked me the other day about the growth in the community. Have we thought about charging an impact fee? And I think we have discussed that a few times, with new housing and new things like that. But, we talk about, and what Mayor Brandon was talking about, industrial coming in here and dumping their waste, and your water's toast. It doesn't matter what part of the county that you live in if something like that happens. But it really just comes down to, in educating the community members. But again, all said and done, we have to vote the way that our districts want us to vote. And if more people contact us and say, say no or vote no, then that's what we have to do as a commissioner, because we're the voice for those people.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for just the circuit clerk, just in general. Not really a complaint, but like my son a while back had jury duty, and he was calling and calling and calling, busy all day Saturday, and there was a certain time, and then basically he had to like call Monday, and he had to work that day, so he was like, "Am I going to miss work? What's going on?" So I was trying to figure out, and you guys may have addressed this whenever you came up to make introductions, but is there anything to basically address the jury duties and how it's going to operate, kind of moving forward, if it's going to stay the same or if there's any changes to be made?
My input on that issue, because it's been brought up while I'm out and about, going to different counties, Montgomery County, Henry County, see what they have, see what we can bring to this county, make it more efficient, user-friendly, openness. Just more lines of communication is what we need, whether it be a computer, calendar, something, some website. I know many people don't have availability to the website. Somehow getting it easier to the people so this issue doesn't happen. That's my problem.
I know some things come in last minute. We're advised of things last minute. I've been called in at night to try to make some phone calls as quickly as I can. The website's been a great tool, and I really like the website. I know some people, like she said, do not have access to that internet. That's the reason why there is a text messaging system that can happen, but it does cost. It would have to be looked into, is it worth that? That would get things out there quicker for the public. There's different things that we can do, but is it feasible? And that's where I like the website, but I still want to keep the phone lines. And there have been times that we have made it available where we stayed through lunch and tried to answer phone calls as they come in, because they call the office as well. So anything that we can do to try to better it, we are trying to do that.
I'd like to add upon what they've said. I know our office has added multiple phone lines to reach out to. I know there's more than just 2 that it used to be, and I know they've made progress with building that website. But I'd like to make those additions to the website, incorporate emails, text notifications, which obviously, when you're working with court, things happen, but I do think I want to seek out funding to get these things done, because that's what the people want. So at the end of the day, it's an uphill battle, but we're going to try and get these things done. That's what the people want. I think that's what us as public servants should try to do. So.
Thank you. You got a follow-up on that?
I have a follow-up on that, thank you. Okay, you guys are talking text messages and emails. Do you realize that there are so many seniors out there that does not use computers and does not have cell phones? How will you communicate to those guys?
Again. Lines of communication, whether it be the landlines. I know a lot of the elderly, a lot of the people that don't have landlines. There's gotta be some way, somehow, we can get that worked out somehow. And I promise, we're gonna work it out. We'll get it better.
We have added 2 extra lines, so there's actually 4 lines right now. That's been a big help. That was a good weight. It depends, and it also too, it depends on your jury size. The bigger the size, the more things are, more phone calls that are coming through. So that's the reason why we chose that if they want to call the office, we'll be answering phones as quickly as we can. So that will be another total of, there's 6 lines, so that's a total of 10 lines going. We will do what we can for that office. If we can look for other means, we will get it out there.
In terms of reaching out to everyone, whether it be phone lines, the website, email, text messages, it's going to be hard to accommodate to everyone, but the most important thing is that we have options. 'Cause some people have their preferences as to how they would like to, have these things sent to them, how they would like to conduct business. People have their preferences. So the big thing is to get all the varying options out there, so that way we can begin to, get appropriate feedback as to what works and what doesn't. So, bottom line, we're gonna do our best to reach out to them however it may be, but, it's gonna be a bit of trial and error. So that's my response to that.
Any other questions?
For Mr. Brandon, in the north part of the county, District 1, along Fort Campbell, and we all know Clarkson's coming quick. It's extremely fast now, faster than it's ever been since COVID hit. Everybody's moving out of Clarkson, and they're coming quick. What is the chance of maybe getting a smaller industrial area in the north part of the county, so people don't have to drive all the way to the far side of Montgomery County, or to train, or Carbide, or any of the other factories out there?
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt, for that question. As you know, we've recently reconstituted our Stewart County Industrial Development Board. So that's going to be a 7-member board that will look to obtain funding streams to go after land that can be developed for industrial growth. We know that residential growth is exploding in Stewart County. 7 Mile Ridge Road in Indian Mound and the lake area on the Tennessee River are experiencing more residential growth at this time than any other areas of our county. As you are seeing, that residential growth is coming, whether we as a county do anything to promote it or not. It's already coming. But to create new jobs for our county, we need industrial growth. That's just one of the reasons why I wanted to rebuild our Stewart County Industrial Development Board. This version of our SCIDB will be a proactive board. They will seek the funding to buy the property we need to bring industrial growth to Stewart County. Outside of our Stewart Houston Industrial Park, no one in Stewart County, no one in county government has talked about growth in Stewart County for 20 years. But we're talking about it. When we bring that additional grocery store to the eastern side of Stewart County that you're talking about, that's a game changer. Our citizens need that. 4 years ago, I said I wanted to be a mayor for both sides of Stewart County, and I've done that. Infrastructure money for sewer and water is sitting at the state level, just waiting for us to apply for. Where do our utility districts want to expand? Where do they want to expand? This is something we've been discussing for 2 years, and we will put together the right plan for Stewart County. Our Stewart County Industrial Development Board is made up of very good people, and they're going to find the right plan in that part of the county. Remember, your North Stewart Utility District and your West Stewart Utility District will have to hold the debt where we grow. As such, they'll decide where our priorities are. Our Stewart County Industrial Development Board will work with them, and we are targeting not just Cumberland City, but also the eastern side of Stewart County, along this side of the Montgomery County border. That is a very strong location. That's where the growth is coming. That's one of the areas that our SCIDB is focusing on. Thank you, Matt.
Any other questions?
I got one more thing to think about that. Y'all may not know, but heard through the grapevine, Palmyra, there's gonna be a bridge built across. The parkway's coming. And when that happens, Cumberland's, the route for industry to come to Cumberland City is gonna double. Real easy. Palmyra used to be just a little farm town. Nobody knew where it was at. When that bridge comes across, you can make it from Carlisle, which used to take 50 minutes, but I used to work a train, drove it for 13 years. You're gonna be able to make it from Carlisle to train in 30 minutes. It's gonna take that much time off of it. And when that happens, more companies are gonna start looking a lot harder at that industrial area to work there. We only got so much time, and TVA's gone. If we don't capitalize on what we have here now, you're gonna lose that entire revenue stream, which is millions and millions of dollars in salaries and infrastructure and everything else they do for this area. It's gone. We got Sinmat, and and the gypsum plant. They're taking a lot of raw materials out of there, and they'll be bringing them back into this area. But in the end, if we don't start capitalizing on that, the TVA is gone. It's going to cripple this county heavily. We're fortunate enough to have it here, but now we're seeing it's going to be gone in so many years. So I think we really need to do something about it really quick and get way ahead of the game. We're just capitalizing on your tourism, the west side of the county. We got all of 79, which is a vacant lot between Piggly Wiggly and the river. There's nothing there. And we've got to do something about that. There's more infrastructure in Indian Mound than there is out there at the river. There's nothing. So we're gonna have to do a lot about that whole area.
Pretty decisive. Questions from the audience?
Mr. Ross, can I address what Mr. McLean just
Questions
said?
from the audience? Audience questions now. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. He's the best guy, I'm telling you. What I'm hearing from TVA right now is that they're going to install a some recirc equipment in the river that will, after it goes through the whole plant and comes back to the river, the degree difference will be acceptable. That's an $80 million price tag, but they're going to do it. The chances are really good that they're going to do it, which will extend the life of the TVA Cumberland plant from now until 2033 and 2035, if they do it, which it looks like they will. So just to kind of focus on what you're saying, we've got 10 years, and we got to have something done. That's right. Thank you.
Before I forget it, thanks to the Stewart County Standard, Levi, for covering this, and Danny. Sydney, thanks for recording. For the taxpayers of Stewart County, I hope that you've got more information than you had. For you folks that gave your questions, thank you very much. They're hard questions to answer. And here's how you do it. You've got elected officials. It's a sacred trust. To be in an elected position is a sacred trust. To have an appointed position is a sacred trust. The taxpayers of this county deserve no less than that. Eli, you had something?
No, I'm good.
Thanks everybody for attending.
Tell Governor Lee we said hey in Stewart County, come see us.